Hey guys, and welcome to the channel. Welcome to Star Citizen, and today we are going to take a look at the Drake Golem. So I want to start this video out by asking you guys a question, and please leave a comment on this. Very curious to see what kind of the community is thinking about this. So how are we feeling about these new kind of specialized starter ships, right? Is this something that you think they should have kept at like a higher tier, so like prospector level, so that it was something for the player to jump in, maybe grab their Mustang, their their little cutter, and then it was something for them to build to? Or do you think it was an actual good idea for them to have these starter style kind of specialized ships? Now, the trade-off is, in this ship particularly, is it's just a pilot seat. It's just like climbing into a fighter, right? You have no bed to log out of. You have no like amenities in the ship whatsoever. Not that that's really a thing, but for the aesthetics of the interior, none of that is coming into play with this ship, right? So for example, if you are on a hostile planet, and by hostile I mean atmospherically speaking, and your character reaches a point where you need to drink or you need to eat, you will have to take your ship and actually take yourself to a location that is safe, like off planet, to a station, to be able to actually consume that water or to consume that drink. Now hopefully that's something maybe they'll let us change in the future, where we don't actually have to do that. We can, I mean, we should be able to drink inside our cockpit, right? We should be able to grab a drink, but in the current gameplay, the current setup, that is not something that we're available to do. So that's kind of the trade-off for these specialized ships, I'm thinking. Now we know that there's probably a salvage one coming, and maybe some other specialized. Now we already have like starter type cargo ships, like for example the 315P. So it falls in line that they're going to do some mining and some salvage, and hopefully maybe we'll actually see that salvage starter this year. So that's the question that I have for you guys. What do you guys think about that? Is this a good thing, or do you think it's something that they should have allowed the player to build up on? So real fast, guys, we're going to take a look at this Drake Golem. We're just going to do a quick walk around. We'll talk about it, and then we'll go do some gameplay, kind of see how it functions a little bit, and kind of the overall feel with it, and then I'll give my opinion about it. So one thing about this ship is it is quite maneuverable for, as small as it is. It has some great thrust. It has some great maneuverability, which is great for mining and stuff like that. This ship actually comes with 2 containers, and these containers are 16 SEU for a total capacity of 32 SEU. So if you unlock the ports, you'll actually be able to take these off. So there's 2 right here, and there's the second one that falls on line right here. So these can actually be detached, and in the upcoming patch, which is 4.1.1, we'll be able to actually use the put these bags on our cargo elevators to refine them, which is going to be a game changer for mining, right? You'll be able to maybe even grab a few of these containers, throw them on a ship, and if you're out and you have a big rock and you want to collect it all, you can have somebody actually bring you a couple extra containers to store. Which, again, this is a game-changing thing of mining. This is a long-awaited feature for people with mining, to be able to mine in like groups. Not necessarily you have to, you definitely do not, but it does bring some extra gameplay to it. So overall, the ship is about as basic as you can get. It's a cockpit, your mining attachment, your mining arm is up top that swings around and slides forward over the top, which we'll see here in just a little bit. And guys, that's basically it. This is the concierge paint that came with it. So the stock paint is more of like a yellowish and black, and they actually already have a couple of other paints that you can get. Very, very Drake styled ship, very industrial styled. So what we're going to do here is we're actually going to check out some gameplay, see how the ship actually functions, see how fun it is, see how it cracks. I want to say the power of the mining head, which is a bespoke mining head, meaning you cannot change the mining head out on the ship. It's a starter ship. I think it's like that on purpose. It's one of the kind of the downsides of it being a starter, where when you go up to ships like the Prospector, which is kind of the next level up, you have the ability to change heads. With that said, it has the power of like a little bit over of like a helix head, and you're still allowed to put 2 modules on that, and we'll talk about that as well. Okay guys, so let's jump in this thing. Let's go see how this baby mines. Alright guys, we are here at our little test. I found a nice little Bexelite rock. I thought it'd be fun just and pretty easy just for the test. It's got a good optimal window and everything to kind of show the ship. Now this ship does have 2 mining module slots that you can change out in the menu. You can't really change it out on the mining head because as soon as you get out of the ship, the mining head retracts and it's very hard to get to, so you can't really do it like that. I recommend if you're going to run mining modules to set those up before you go. So in my case, I have this set up with a Riger C3 for the extra power boost, and I have a filter module to filter out some of that inert material. If you're having an issue with this optimal window over here, and you need it a little bit bigger, you're having a lot of desync with the game or whatever the case is, go ahead and try to put like a focus module, a focus 3 module on it, and that will help you out a bit there. Now this will get a little bit bigger when we hit it with that laser, so let's go ahead and take a crack, excuse the pun, on this rock. So we're at 20% right now. The optimal range is a little bit further back, so we're going to back up, get in that optimal window right there, and we're going to squeeze this laser up just a little bit. Now one thing I did notice about the ship is it kind of makes you feel like you're not close enough, but you definitely are. You can just watch that optimal window range over there on the left hand side of the bar in the green. And you should be able to hold right here, and if you need to reduce power a little bit more, even though I'm stuck at 20%, you can back the ship up a little more for that. So if you see it starts creeping a little bit, just kind of back the ship up, and you can kind of adjust the power going forward and backwards. That's thanks to the nice maneuverability of this thing, right? So just like that, guys, it's very easy to crack rocks in there. You can get pretty good sizes. You can also use kind of like your modules like your Stampede and things like that if you need an extra boost in laser power to crack it. And you can also use your actual hand modules as well to place on rocks to help you as well, especially with things like cluster modifiers. Now guys, this is not a mining guide, so if I'm talking over your head, definitely check out a mining guide. That's going to help you with all this information. I'm working on a very in-depth one coming up here pretty soon, along with a geo mining guide as well, so if you're interested in that. But let's get in here, let's extract, let's see what we got as far as extraction. So we got 17% Bexelite, not a very good break there. Let's see what we have right here. 9%, so hopefully one of these is like a decent size. There was only 20% in this rock, so not that great. But you kind of get the point. There's 29%. Extraction is pretty good. The extraction rate is good. And again, it holds 32 SCU, so you've got plenty of room. It matches that of the Prospector, so that's really good. Let's see if we can see what this baby has right here. Last one. I did notice that maybe it's the server I'm in, but it kind of takes a little bit to scan. A little bit longer than I feel like the Prospector takes. But just like that, guys, I mean, mining is super simple. Lots of mining guides out there. This is not a video for the mining guide. This is mostly to test out that ship. Now, like I said, this ship is so maneuverable, guys. You can check this out. This is with the mining head out, so you can really zoom across if you're like looking for rocks and scanning. It's definitely great for scouting too if you're with a party. The only thing downside is the quantum fuel is quite low. It's less than 1 SCU of quantum fuel, and the boost is super fast. Like if I hit the boost, like I'm hitting it now, and we're already out. That's it. That's all we have a boost. The boost is very low, but it's very fast. So be careful when you're using it. Make sure you're at a flat angle and you're not facing the ground before you do that. So guys, that is about all we have for our little Drake Golem. Weapons-wise, it has these 2 size 1 repeaters up here, and then it has 2 size 1 missiles. Not like you're going to get into a fight in this ship, so those are kind of, you know, negligent as far as weapons go. And yeah, guys, so that's really all we have for this ship. It is pretty cool. I'm gonna say that I will probably keep this around for a while and play around with it. We've probably got a lot more ships coming up here, so you know, it's Star Citizen, we're always kind of switching things up and melting things. And so yeah, Let me know what you think about this ship. Did you pick one up? Are you thinking about it? Maybe you are watching this video after it's already been in game and you're thinking about purchasing in game. So I hope this helps you out. I hope you have a decent amount of information about it, about how it flies and how it looks, and you know what you can actually do with this ship. I think it's gonna be really good for, like, you know, group gameplay. I think this is gonna be a great ship, especially when larger ships get in the game later, and it's a ship that maybe you can store inside, like in the Polaris, and you can pull it out and mine with it. So good things to come. I think this is definitely a winner. As far as the price, I think it's a great price point. $55, less than a price of a AAA game, to have somebody get in here and maybe just jump straight into a profession that they love. I think that is a great thing. I think that leaving it from here and then maybe having this step up to a prospector rather than just trying a basic starter ship, that's kind of my feelings on it. It might change later, but right now I think having these starter style, you know, specific mining, salvage, cargo, things like that, I think it's a good thing. I think it's a great thing to pull players in that say, hey, I want to get into this game, but I just want to mine, but they don't want to grind for this ship. I think it's a good thing that they added this. So guys, thanks again. I appreciate the support, and as always, I will see you guys on the next video.